Hi, I'd just like to share another blessing with you. But maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago, I didn't know that I was going to do this video. But I've just been really encouraged. I've just been just sat at the table. I'm just looking at some information that I've been sent from the Bible in England and Wales, the Bible Society. Now, apparently in the United Kingdom, Great Britain, you've got, England and Wales have their Bible Society. I think there's a separate Bible Society in Scotland and a separate one in Northern Ireland. And they send this sort of magazine to supporters. It's called Like Word in Action. And there's just a story about, they're just giving reports about God working in prison. And it's just called Setting Free the Hearts of Prisoners. Just says that prisoners are coming to faith in Jesus, putting the Bible, and your support is putting the Bible into their hands and growing their confidence in the healing power of Jesus. An article starts up as saying, if you walked through the grey, featureless corridors of HMP, Stockton, the sound of worship would meet you long before you arrived at the chapel. Deep, powerful and heartfelt, the voices of 60 men sing How Great Is Our God, and the music echoes around the prison walls. It says, in the chapel itself, every seat is taken. Prison chaplain, the Reverend Tim Wright, opens God's word and waits while everyone picks up their Bible and finds the right place. Follow along, because God has something to say to you, Reverend Tim tells the prisoners, and you can hear a pin drop as he begins to speak. Just talks about in prisons right across England and Wales, chaplains say the Lord is at work and lives are being changed. And there's a real hunger and thirst from the men, says the Reverend Tim. Like, imagine hosting a Bible study at your house, opening the door and seeing 30 people standing there. That's happening in prison. I'm having to put men on the waiting list for Bible study groups. So just obviously, I mean, when you've got men in prison, obviously, in a sense, God, they're obviously, because they've reached a low point in their lives, and people say, well, that's why they're searching for God. And that's fair enough, because God uses all circumstances. I don't mean the fact that they're in prison because they've come to God through being at a low point in their life. I don't think it matters. The important thing is they've come to God, and I still believe in every person. Just nowadays, even though there's so much media and so much, we have different activities which are okay in themselves, I think there just seems to be a real, amongst people, that hunger and thirst for God. Now, maybe the prison life for people is just making the hunger and thirst for God more acute. They're maybe just more aware of their hunger and thirst for God. They're more aware of the need for God. But I believe that need is there in every person. And I'm just thinking, when Jesus, he told the disciples, didn't tell the people he was teaching, it's like seek and you shall find. And before I became a Christian, I mean, I've never been to prison and that, but, I've still had my own sort of ups and downs. And this guy challenged me, seek God and you'll find him. That was before I became a Christian. And I did, I did say, Lord, I just want to, if you're there, I just want to find you. That worked true in my life. And I believe if you've still got to find God, that'll be true in your life. And maybe your friends, if you're encouraging your friends to come to know Christ, maybe encourage them to seek God, because in people, whether they admit it or not, I believe there is a great hunger for God. And when people open up, when people are maybe just brave enough or humble enough just to admit that they need God, God can just do great things when we just open the door to him. Yeah, so let's also, wherever we're at with God, let's continue just to seek more and more of his work in our lives, Lord, just to bless us and use us just to reach other people, because I believe that He is changing lives today and He's on the move. Yes, in 2025. Okay, thanks for watching this, and God bless you.